What if I told you your entire retirement plan could collapse not because you picked the wrong stocks, but because you ignored geopolitics? And the scary part? Most investors have no idea this is happening. Hi everyone. Today, I'm going to show you something most finance influencers won't talk about. We've all been told invest consistently, earn 12 to 15%, and retire rich in 30 years. But here's the truth, that only works if you're betting on the right countries. In this video, I'll break down 3 simple ideas that could completely change how you invest in 2026. And trust me, the last one directly impacts your money. The hidden power of the US octopus model. Think of the US economy like an octopus. It doesn't dominate with just one thing, it controls everything. First, GDP. Yes, it's huge. But that's just one tentacle. Second, the US dollar. It's the world's reserve currency. Which means, the US can literally print money, and the world absorbs the impact. Third, and this is important, the US has the deepest financial markets. Let me simplify this with a story. The $1 billion loop. China sells $1 billion worth of goods to the US. What does it do with that money? It reinvests it back into the US. Buying US bonds, funding the same system. So money flows out, and comes right back in. That's not trade, that's a loop. Now here's the real question. If this system is so powerful, why did Japan fail? The Japan warning, decoupling explained. In the 1980s, Japan looked unstoppable. It was the China of its time. Then something happened. The US stepped in. Through something called the Plaza Accord, they forced Japan's currency to rise. Exports crashed. Markets collapsed. And Japan entered decades of stagnation. One decision wiped out long-term investors. Now it's China vs US. Fast forward to today. We're seeing the same story again but bigger. This time, it's the US vs China. Trade wars. Tech wars. Supply chain wars. This isn't random, this is decoupling. And here's what makes it dangerous. Segment 5, the new global battle. China controls rare earth metals. The US controls energy and global finance. And both are racing to dominate AI. Whoever wins AI, controls the next 20 years of wealth. Retention strategy. So now the big question. What happens to your investments in this chaos? Here's the part most people get wrong. Your returns are not guaranteed. 12–15% is not a birthright. It depends on where you invest. Here's what's likely coming next. AI will dominate growth. Emerging markets will struggle. Market volatility will explode. US manufacturing will rise again. China will fight to maintain dominance. So what should you do? Simple but not easy. Diversify globally. Invest in AI. And most importantly, learn to handle volatility. Because in the next decade, the biggest risk isn't losing money. It's being in the wrong system. If this changed how you think about investing, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Are you prepared for this shift?